Imagine a machine so powerful it can predict extreme weather patterns, simulate nuclear explosions, and train cutting-edge AI models all at once. That's exactly what Europe's newest supercomputer, Jupiter, is capable of. And it's officially going live in Germany this Friday. But here's where it gets controversial. While Jupiter is now the fourth fastest supercomputer globally and a massive leap for European tech, it's also sparking debates about whether Europe can truly compete with big tech's AI dominance. Is this a game changer or just a drop in the ocean? Let's dive in. Jupiter isn't your typical supercomputer. While most are designed for complex simulations, Jupiter stands out with its dual focus. It's equally equipped to handle traditional scientific modeling and train advanced AI models. This puts it in the same league as the AI hubs run by tech giants like Google and Microsoft. Located at the Jülich Research Center, Jupiter is the crown jewel of the EU's so-called AI factories, specialized compute hubs designed to give European companies access to the high-performance resources they need to grow the region's AI ecosystem. Think of it as a powerhouse for innovation, but with a distinctly European twist. And this is the part most people miss. Jupiter isn't just about speed, it's about sovereignty. As Ekaterina Zaharieva, the EU's Innovation Commissioner, put it, Jupiter strengthens Europe's digital sovereignty, accelerates discovery, and ensures our researchers, innovators, and industries have access to the most powerful and sustainable computing resources. Bold words, but they highlight a critical goal, reducing Europe's reliance on foreign tech giants for AI advancements. Yet, skeptics argue that with big tech's massive head start, is Europe already too far behind? The launch is a big deal in Germany too. Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Science Minister Dorothy Baer, and Digital Minister Karsten Wildberger are all set to attend the inauguration, underscoring the country's commitment to leading Europe's tech revolution. But Germany isn't alone in this race. France is hot on its heels, planning to unveil its own supercomputer, Alice Recoque, next year, a machine designed to match Jupiter's performance and also linked to an AI factory. The question is, will these efforts be enough to keep up with the rapid pace of global AI development? Meanwhile, the EU's AI ambitions face another challenge: time. The Commission originally promised all AI factory projects would be fully operational by the end of 2025, but that deadline is looking increasingly ambitious. Several projects are still in progress, and delays could slow Europe's momentum. To make matters more complex, the Commission is also considering proposals for AI gigafactories, facilities several times more powerful than Jupiter. With billions in funding on the line, who will lead these projects, and will they arrive in time to make a difference? Here's where you come in. Do you think Europe's investment in supercomputers like Jupiter is a bold step toward tech independence, or is it too little too late? And with big tech's dominance in AI, can Europe ever truly catch up? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. This conversation is just getting started.